Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel, or should I really say welcome me back to my channel. I have been gone forever. So for those of you who are new to my channel, hello, my name is Jennifer. I am into all things hair, skin, and makeup. However, for the past, 6-7 months, I just haven't been into it like I normally am. Now there's a million reasons why I haven't been filming, and honestly, who cares? If you care, put it in the comments and I can address it in a future video. But let's just say, I was taking some me time. Now, I always have been just a little baby channel, but it has continued to grow in my off time, which I'm kind of like, do you need me? Maybe, maybe not, who knows? But I missed you guys, I missed filming, I missed buying and trying new products. I actually continued to buy and try new products, not as much as I was doing for my channel. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about the things that for me this past year were just the smash hits I used over and over again, and I'm so glad that I have. The first thing that I'm going to talk about, and I don't know if you can see it because it's kind of off camera, is this giant Ilios mirror. My boys bought it for me for Christmas. I mean, look at how big this is. You see my head? Can you see how big this is? It's enormous. I am in love with it. However, it's ridiculously expensive. I don't understand why mirrors are so expensive in general, but this bad boy, she's pricey, although I love her. I think I have it on, that's the medium setting. And do you see the light that that's bringing in? And then on the high setting, can I get it up there? That's the high setting. And then you can change, look at me. You can change it from like cool to warm. There's a blend. I love this mirror. I can't say enough good things about it. Do I think you need to run out and buy it? Absolutely not. She's crazy expensive. But if someone wants to get you a gift, let's jump into some of the things that I am always buying for myself. It's lip balms. I just have an obsession with lip balms. This year for me, it was the Summer Fridays when they reformulated, came out the new packaging and in shades. This one here, the cherry, I love so much. Mostly because, I like the tint. I love having a tinted lip balm in my bag. But the smell, it reminds me, if you ever get like a cherry dipped ice cream cone, you know how they put it in that hard dip? This is exactly what it smells like. It makes me so happy. It lives in my purse. It does not go anywhere near my bedroom because it comes off very easily and it would be all over my pillow. So for that one, I just have the plain clear. I think it's vanilla. Yeah, it's vanilla. Love, love, love these. And they seem a little pricey, but there's actually more product in these than in most. Does it say on here? Yes, it's 15 grams or a half an ounce. A half an ounce of lip balm is a lot. So these last you a long time, even though they seem pricey. All right, my next one, I think I talked to you about before from Armani Beauty. This is their Lip Power, and this is the shade 104. For me, this is just that perfect nude pink. I can't wear it on its own. I always have to have a lip pencil with it. I have it on today. I could actually do with a little bit of a touch-up. Let's do that real quick. I usually like to wear it just in the center of my lip, kind of mush them together. And it kind of brings like a highlight. So I can leave the outside, lined with whatever color I have. I think today I'm using from Persona. Yeah, I'm using the shade Dusk from Persona, and I think the two of them go together nicely. Now, I wouldn't say this is extremely long wearing. However, it is comfortable. I don't notice like any sort of scent. I cannot stand when there's like a perfumey scent to lipstick. That's why you never see me using L'Oreal, because all of their lips have that scent. I just can't. But this one here is so great. I use it inside of like brown liners. I've used it with obviously any shade of pink liner, the neutrals. It's perfect. And the shade like adjusts depending on what the liner is. This is literally probably my favorite lipstick. While I'm on lips, I should finish up with from YSL. These were their candy glazes. I had two. This is the clear one, and then I had one in like this pinky reddy shade that I loved. And I lost it. I've been through all my purses. I've been through my car, my husband's car. I have no idea what happened to it. However, they have more shades now, so I'm definitely going to pick up another shade. But there's just something about the gloss that this leaves. It is so comfortable. It is so shiny. There's no scent that I can detect. It's not sticky. It moves nicely, but it doesn't feel like it wears off quickly. It's nice on my bare lips if I'm just, running around and I don't want to have lipstick on. It's expensive, but it's one of those lip products that you just like feel a little extra special using. And on my lips, do I have other lip balms, lip glosses that might be just as good? Maybe, but I like this one the best. But because I can't help myself, I picked up from Hourglass. I can't even remember what these are called. They have these like tinted lip balm situations. This one is in the shade Haze. It's 135 is the number. And they are these like juicy, kind of clear, depending on how much you smush your lips together and rub them around and how opaque you want it to be. But it is just this juicy gloss that looks so beautiful, feels beautiful. Doesn't have a scent. The only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't turn down, and that's the way a lot of those like click up turn ones are. It started with the Makeup by Mario ones. I think those were the first like kind of juicy glossy lipstick hybrids that came in the click up that you can't click down. I still love this so much. I love those so much. This lives in my purse, and when I'm running around, I'd love to put this on right now, but too much is too much. But when I'm running around, I love just being able to like pop this on my lips. Can you see me? I can't even stop putting it on my hands. I love it so much. But I just love to have it in my purse because as we get older and our skin starts to look more sallow and not as beautiful and vibrant and fresh, and I'm not wearing makeup every day of my life, having something like this in my purse to like pop on before I run into the grocery store just gives my face a little pick-me-up and gives me a little inner pick-me-up. I gotta tell you, I'm still like feeling my way through this since I haven't filmed in so long. It's probably gonna be a shit show and I apologize for that. But honestly, I just wanted to get back to a little bit of what I was doing. I said I wasn't gonna talk too much about it, but I will say this. Right now, I'm gonna be doing one video a week. I'll probably pop in another video now and then. The voice apparently isn't ready for this yet, but onward we march. But anyway, one of the reasons why I stopped filming was there was like a lot of noise just coming from like inside social media on how long form content was out, short form content was in. And listen, I love TikTok, but I also love the long form of YouTube. And when it came to TikTok for me, I don't love beauty reviews there because most of them are just like these shock and awe, like first impressions. And everyone's like, oh my God, are you seeing this? Is that real? Like everything is just a put on. Like I swear to God, half of these people have never even seen makeup before because as much as I love makeup, I'm not blown away by every damn thing I put on my face. But yet these people seem to think they've never seen makeup before. So everything is completely magical to them. Not to mention, I don't love first impressions because it doesn't really tell you anything about the makeup. Sure, you get to see it, but then what? Did they like it? Do they wear it still? Are they wearing it every day? Are they saving it for special occasions? Did it make their skin break out? Did it not last? Like, I just don't like not knowing the full story of makeup. So that's kind of why I'm coming back to you guys. I want to bring you like tighter reviews on 1 and 2 products so that you can really understand who it's good for, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, and not just my, oh my God. I can't with that. So for those of you who really want to know about the specifics of makeup, if it's right for you, how I felt about it on my aging, normal to slightly dry skin, I'm going to give you all the information because I'm going to try it out before I really bring you, well, a full review. That doesn't mean I'm not going to bring hauls now and then because I love me a haul video. However, first impressions, that's for TikTok. All right, back to our regular scheduled program. One of the things that like is so funny to me right now on TikTok, the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation is all over the place. I actually reviewed this 10 months ago, back in March on my channel, and the girlies aren't really, this is how I know that they're not testing it. They're just putting it on and like, oh my God. For me, you can go back to the video. I'll actually link it below. This was my go-to summer foundation because I do produce more oils in this like humid weather that we have here. This was amazing because when you put it on skin, it needs to be on very hydrated, moisturized skin. If it's on dry skin, it's not great. So for in the summer on my juicier skin, it was fantastic because not only did it go on, it set down nicely, but it didn't break apart during the day. Now, I have used it a couple times during these colder, drier winter months, and I don't like it as much. I'm using tons and tons of hydrating and moisturizing products so I can make it work, but it's not its best. So this is a seasonal foundation for me. So if you have oily skin, if you live somewhere where it's hot and humid, I think you're gonna like this very much. If you have dry skin and you're looking for something that is hydrating, this is not for you. Now for me, this is a product that's been around forever, but I have repurposed it. From Charlotte Tilbury, this is her Color Chameleon in the shade Champagne Diamonds. So it is, yeah, a champagne-y color, which is nice. I had originally bought it just for like an inner corner highlight. And then one day, like recently I've been noticing again, people are using their waterline, they're using like whites and neutrals in there, and I find it very distracting, especially when white is in there, and it's never looked good on me. I've bought a bunch of different neutral shades, and they were just never right for me. And I thought, you know what? As my eyes are like starting to sag a little here, they don't look as big and wide open as they used to, I thought, what if I had a little bit of a sparkle there? And that's what I've been using in my waterline as of late is this. I feel like it just brings a brightness and a little bit of a glisten to my eyes, which was, it was missing, let's face it. The only con is that I do tightline on the upper level and it can sometimes transfer to the lower. So I try to make sure I tightline up here, let it dry a little bit, then do the lower tightlining with this after a few minutes so that they don't mix so much. But I like it on me. You'll have to let me know if you like it, if you think it's like distracting, or if you're like, no, that does give a nice, like a glistening twinkle to your eye. So far, I've been liking it. So if you've been with me for any amount of time, you know my biggest struggle is my eyebrows. They are just my weak point, and I try to buy new brow products whenever they come out because I'm just trying to make the best of a bad situation. I picked up the Kosas Brow Pop Nano. I have it in the shade medium brown. And just like most people, I love it because it is just this very thin, tiny, tipped situation that we got going on here. Medium brown is normally a dark color for me, but this shade is not. I have it on today. I think it's nice. It's great because it really allows me to be very precise, especially since my brow hairs are thin, sparse, they're light colored. A lot of them are kind of like an ashy blonde too, so it's hard to get the right shade. Can be too brown, can be too red, can be too gray. This one I liked a lot, especially during the summer on bare skin, because I could fill in just enough where it made my brows look nice, but didn't make me look like brows. I am planning on getting this in a darker color because I feel like when I do want to have more of an impact brow day, I think maybe a darker color, especially towards the end, might be nice. But I have really been enjoying this, and it's been a long time since I've been able to say that about a brow product. Now, primers aren't normally my thing because I use a lot of skincare, and that actually works as a really great foundation for my foundation. However, during the summer, I wanted to get a gripping primer, and I got this one from e.l.f. It is the Power Grip Primer. I like it very much. I actually like it way better than the Milk Gripping Primer. I tried that years ago, and I just didn't like it. Everyone else seems to love it, but my skin, it just didn't love it. This here I love. I use one tiny pump between both fingers. I press into the pores through the center of my face, and that is it. The more you use, I find it's not a like more is more, it's a less is more product. It really works so great at just maintaining makeup in areas that usually slide around for you. And like I said, in the summertime, it was fantastic. I didn't use it today, wasn't feeling like I needed it, but on those times when I know I'm going to be wearing my makeup for many hours, I've been using it, and on special occasions. Yeah, sometimes she buys drugstore products when they're worth it. Ugh, this is so dirty, but that's how you know I use it. So for me, the smash hit this year from Natasha Denona was her I Need a Nude palette. This was the palette of my dreams. This now ranks in my top 3 palettes. I will not put them in any particular order, but you know how I feel about the Ethereal Eyes from Makeup by Mario and his Master Mattes palettes. So for me, all 3 of these, they belong together. I could live the rest of my life on these 3 palettes. And you can't even tell, but I have used this a ton since it launched. Now, I've never been like a huge lover of the Natasha Denona palettes, only because for me, they were just never like the color stories that I was looking for. I bought her like smaller palettes. Where are they? like these smaller color stories, and I've always enjoyed them, but they usually are missing something for me. This one doesn't have like a transition shade. It just has lots of glowy, glistening shades. This one has one transition shade, but I mean, it was a nice palette, but it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. This palette here has absolutely everything I could ever want in a palette. However, I just wish there was a white. I love to have a white in the palette, but whatever. I mean, I guess you can't always have everything you want. I have used every shade in this palette, have loved every look that I do. It's amazing how even when you're using something that you think might be like a little bit much, especially at my age, when you use it with like a softer, fluffier brush, you know, something like this, and you blend it, you still get the impact of the color, but not as intensely, and you still can get like some of the sparkle like this here. That is absolutely mesmerizing to me. And sometimes I'm like, what are you going to do with that on your face? I mean, look at that. But when you blend it out with a brush, it becomes something new and special. And I can't get enough of this palette. So I know it's pricey, and I know it's gone in and out of stock because it is so popular. The VIB sale should be coming up in April. That's usually when it is. And I would highly recommend anyone who has been considering this, just get it. You will not be disappointed. The formulas are all so beautiful. There's not one in here that's a dud. They all perform incredibly. All right, now I am going to give one honorable mention. This is something that I absolutely love from Danessa Myricks. This is the Groundwork Defining Neutrals. So this palette has pomades and powders, and I get it. For a lot of people, especially if you're a beginner, you're kind of like, what the hell am I doing with that? So you can tell these here in this, like these bigger pans are softer. These are the pomades. And then of course, right next to it is a corresponding powder. It's really nice to use the pomade. I use it for like eyeliner, and I use it to fill in my brows. It's actually the first thing that I do. I will take a brow pencil, like this here angle brush. I will dip it in this shade here and this shade here, and I go into my brows on bare skin. Nothing else has been done on my face. I go from the tail of my brow forward, and this lasts so incredibly well. Then I'll go over the top with a powder shade to like lock it in, and it's incredible. Now, it can also be used for doing your eyeshadow. It can be used for eyeliner. I use it all. As a matter of fact, today I used this shade here, topped it with this. That's my eyeliner today. That was the weirdest, lamest wink. I don't even know what that was. Apologies. The one thing I don't like here again, it doesn't have a white shade. This like neutrally yellow shade down here is not good on me at all. So I don't really use it that much. No big deal. I've used a couple of these shades as eyeshadows now and then. The palette is so incredibly versatile. So if you're one of those people who can use makeup, think of it out of the box, not just for one thing, it's a fantastic palette. If you're like, nope, I need to know this is just for eyes, this is just for brows, then this might not be for you. And here again, it is a little pricey also. Do you notice I always keep these things? I don't know, something about it. I just want that mirror to stay clean. But like I'm saying, it is a little pricey, so it might not be for you. That's why I'm giving it an honorable mention. For me, thrilled to have it in my collection. Oh, and I almost forgot. As far as I'm concerned, this year was the year of pink powders. Everyone was putting out pink powders, and I was totally here for it because I am a pink toned girl. And even though I've had used translucent powder my entire life and it was fine, the minute I found pink powder, it just changed everything. It kind of brightened up my face a little bit, made me look a little less like dusty and pale. And it's not like a significant difference that you might notice, but I notice it and I love it so much. Now, we all know what these are. This one here, I actually have the mini of the Givenchy Prisme Libre in the shade number 3 Rose. I use that predominantly like under my eyes and maybe down the side of my nose. The Huda powder in the shade Cherry Blossom, this breaks my heart because the color is incredible. And the scent, I like the way it smells, but the minute it gets on my face, my eyes start watering and my makeup is ruined. And it's funny, I never want to use it, obviously, because of that, but every now and then I do use it because I'm just like, I love how you look on my skin. So every now and then, I will suffer through having runny eyes just so I can have this on my face. We all have asked Huda for years to please, please give us fragrance free. And I just feel like she's kind of like, no. But sweet Jesus, if she would make this in fragrance free, this would be probably the top selling powder of all time. It's already getting all over me. But my everyday translucent powder from Laura Mercier is the shade Rose. This is the translucent loose setting powder, and it says Tone Up. It comes in this like peachy pink shade, and for me, I just love it. I do have, she came out with a blurring powder this year, and you can tell, like there's a significant difference in the shade of the translucent and of the Rose. This I use very, very infrequently. And it is a really nice blurring powder, don't get me wrong. If the blurring powder came in this color, I would totally own it. But you know what? They're both really beautiful. I'm getting powder everywhere. Jesus Christ. So it's not like I actually need another pink powder. I have plenty. And like I said, this is my everyday. And I don't wear makeup. I'm probably at this point like doing a full face maybe once a week. And I have had this for months and months and months. And it honestly looks like it's mostly full. So, I mean, here again, her powders are a little expensive. It's over $40, I think, but it'll last you a couple of years. If you're using it every day, it'll probably last you a year. And then our beloved YouTuber, Patrick Starr, his own brand, One Size, he came out with an ultra pink shade. People were freaked out the minute they saw this pink and were not sure they were going to buy it. I ran to the store so I could buy it. I got to tell you, I do not like the packaging. It's hard to find where it opens. And once it is open, there's only this little opening here where the powder comes out from. It will be fine, except here is this raised area. So it seals it in there. So it's not like you can just like shake a little bit out into the cap. It just never shakes out into here. You actually end up having to shake it into here. It's a whole thing. I don't like how not well thought out this was. And I hate saying that because I love Patrick. I love a lot of his products. However, the color is beautiful. So when you can get the powder out of the sifter and onto your skin, it is so pretty. I've seen it on many skin tones from the fairest to the darkest. I don't think it's best on the fairest and on the darkest. So if you're somewhere in the mid-range, it is going to be lovely on you. If you're on the very edges of the spectrum, you might have to work it a little bit to make it right. But isn't that what we do with makeup? We just make it work when we love something. Okay, well, I did it. I got through my first video in over 6 months. I apologize to those of you who have been with me from the beginning, who have watched all of my videos, the good, the bad, and the very uglies, and then I just completely disappeared. I didn't mean to. I kept telling myself, well, next week I'll film. Well, next week I'll film. And I was never quite mentally ready to film. And then after a while, it was just more about, you take care of you, girl. And that's what I did. And like I said, I missed you guys. I've missed filming. I've missed bringing products to you and giving you like a more well-rounded review of them. And I'm looking forward to doing that in the future. And for those of you who have been with me for some time, you may notice something seems a little different about me. I will be talking about that in my next video. It's just, I can't like all of everything that's been going on in one video. That just wouldn't be fair to you guys. So I thought I would just come back, say hi, let you know what I have loved this past year, and let you know that I have missed you tremendously. And I hope that you'll come back. So if you guys have been with me, do me a favor and just give me like a little wave in the comments so I know that you're like, oh, hey, I remember you. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing because I would love to grow this little community of ours. All right, you guys, that's all for today's video. As always, I want to thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you real soon.